Just need to pop out the chat, and then that'll be everything. Hopefully my internet doesn't act up. Probably won't. But at the same time, you never really know. My internet's been goofy lately. I have these in the wrong order. Yo, Kyle Speedruns, thanks for the good luck. Chat should actually pull up on stream though. Interesting. Ah, yeah, there it is. Okay. So, I haven't done runs of this category since 2022, I think. But it should be a pretty free world record. Is the hope. Though admittedly, I feel like there is a different New Game Plus file that is slightly more up to date, and I don't remember the difference. I think this file's still valid. We should probably redo the New Game Plus files. Frame early. Frame late. Correct frame. Needed something other than the horse call, but I don't remember. Iron boots. It was the iron boots that I needed. Yeah, this category starts with everything already collected. I have all of the items, all of the equipment. I don't have any portals. And the game state is pretty close. It's not 100% what it would be at the start of the game, but it's pretty close. Like, for example, if this were the start of the game, there would be a gate right here. And yes, the cannon has already been warped. I'm pretty sure, at least. Also, apparently, no bold ones here. Yeah, Maddie, if there were someone to redo the New Game Plus file, it would probably be you right now. This is a hacked file. This is not made by a normal means. I don't know. It's been a while. I know Beast at one point wanted to do New Game Plus 100%, and that wasn't possible for some reason, but I can't remember why. It's something about the states being wrong. Though it might have been impossible to make the states right. Not sure. I can't go straight to Hyrule Castle because I don't have a way to get there right now. Having all the items does not mean that the currently door to Hyrule Castle is open. Or the barrier after The Twilights are cleared. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at Fanati. I've been very busy. Oh. Just need to find a day where I'm not actually doing anything. What you missed, Mercury Gen, is that this is New Game Plus. So I have started with all of the items, and the routing is significantly different. Thanks, Agranus. Also, thanks for the good luck, Henrik. I don't think I said that. Not as excited as a lot of people seem to be. But it'll be nice to have. I'm more excited for Decomp GZ. Yeah, that was Zora's River. This is Upper Zora's River. That's not the waterfall. I feel like the flags that are on my wall are temporary ones. But I could be convinced. Alright, is everyone excited for earliest snow peak? There's a Jump Strike LGA, but I did not learn it. Well, it sure will be viable in New Game Plus any percent. Yeah, New Game Plus on TP. This is a hacked file, specifically. AZT1ST. Can I get this first try this time, please? Nope. Nope, this is SD. It's just a hacked save file, that's all this is. I suppose that's probably why Beast only does 2 before doing the spin attack. Makes sense. Thanks, Morpha. I know I'm going to fail it, but I will go for the fancy new reload. There are no... Well, yes, there is a rupee slide in this. It's about 2 seconds long. I did not remember the visual cue at all. I could probably practice that again. Huh. Apparently the bridge. That's good to know. That was the first King Boblin fight out of 3 in the run. Specifically, I needed to go to the Zora's Domain to get that portal, and also to be able to warp the rock. But unlike low transforms, we can warp in this category, so once I have the Kakariko portal, I can return here. With the bridge returning, I'm surprised that was only 4 seconds behind PB. So now I have Eldin and Lanayru Twilight, which are basically exactly the same as any percent. Having extra items does not speed these up. No, I'm not upset about them. Exclamation point post slide if you want to read the write-up I did about it. I only have that on Twitch chat, I should say. Haven't bothered enabling Nightbot for YouTube yet. The file's probably fine, Maddie. Following up on that. It has some quirkiness, but in general, I think it's fine. It does make low transforms harder to schedule, because now it's 11 hours without a sleep break. So I wasn't even able to finish my low transforms run last Saturday because I ran out of time. Hopefully I'll be able to do another one this month. I don't know though. Thanks, Arju. Good luck, Arju. Okay, I don't need rupees, I don't need rupees, I don't need rupees. Nice. But the reason I'm running this category is because I realized that I'm just really bad at Palace of Twilight. That's almost certainly the worst area for me in any percent at this point. And this is one of the better categories to practice that. It's kind of rare for non-full game categories to have Palace of Twilight. I really like that this one does. Hey, Simply Snaps. This category is cool. Need to get better at not punking there. Dang, Beast's setup that always works didn't work. That's not DMT. Beast does not go for that setup. I don't even know if anyone else does. Shortly after finding that setup, Beast decided that it was very unreliable. Really, my PB had a 727 Elden Twilight? That's not right. My PB was from quite a while ago. I think it was 2022. I'm not certain. It might have been even before that. Elden Twilight has been the same for a long time, though. Thanks, Morgan. Oh no, I got a portal. Reset. There's even a portal that's easily skippable. The rules for this category are beat the game using the New Game Plus save file. New Game Plus save file that doesn't have portals already unlocked. That's... Yes, it is. I would agree with that. I don't think I have the quest item. I don't think I have the wooden statue. It has all of the items that are required in 100%. Also, it is cool to see the barrier already up in Twilight. You don't see that very often. Yeah, there is also a save file that has portals, which is... I've historically found that run to be more enjoyable than the no portals run. But both have their merits. The biggest difference is this run has to go through arbiters, and if you already have the portals, then you can just warp to Mirror Chamber. I still haven't learned displacement clip Stallard skip, but yeah, this is the one that saves time from the new Pogate clip. If you could get a rupee there, you probably would be able to. ZT1ST. But there's nothing. There is nothing we can get at the Hyrule Castle barrier to start a pickup slide. Yeah, I know displacement Pogate clip. I definitely want to learn displacement Stallard skip, if only because it's most certainly better for no save and quit. I think the real good thing about it is you can retry it, assuming you got the CAD right. Sure, what the heck, I'll go for waterfall side up. Ooh. I've heard mixed things about whether it's easier or not, but yeah, it doesn't kill the stall troop when you do the clip because it doesn't use a bomb. So you can retry it immediately, which means on average you should take less time doing it. And it doesn't need to be an item slide. If some way to get early Hyrule Castle was found that took 2 hours, that would have the same effect. I have historically had more problem with the bomb boost than the cat as well. The L slides, well, I haven't really tracked because you can retry it. I was about to ask if I needed to howl, but then I realized that this file comes with all of the hidden skills. It would be wild if early Hyrule Castle were possible and related to nut duping in barren ones. Although I assume if it were, then you could just get the fishing rod and do it that way. I don't know. The big problem with working with memory is it's cleared. Unlike the Wind Waker, any duplicated stuff is cleared on going through a loading zone. So you would have to corrupt the memory entirely. The way the Wind Waker has memory fragmentation doesn't work really with TP. Yes, it would, Morgan. Yes, it would. I kind of expect that if we ever find EHC, that it would have that effect. I don't expect it to be a very popular glitch. Unless it's as cool as displacement clips, because that sure has revived the game. Using some hack that gives you rupee text back after getting it. You could almost... Actually, I think you could do Ordeal's Pacifist. If you have Moon Jump. The day that Games Done Quick accepts low percent is... I don't know what to say about that day. It is possible that they would accept it now, but it does still have a rupee slide that takes an hour and 13 minutes. I don't think that would be particularly popular. Unless it was like a dual submission with Skyward Sword any percent being completed during the slide. Or something like that. Just do my Nintendo Picross The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess again. I remember that clip. I think I watched that full round. I have submitted just Picross before. Maybe I should submit low percent. Because low percent is a popular enough run that it probably would get views. Probably does have a chance to get in. And I do enjoy the run enough to consider it. But I'd also have to go to a GDQ again, and I don't know if that'll happen anytime soon. Probably waited longer than I needed to. Definitely waited longer than I needed to. Ah, the risks of drinking water. Like, you could fit a New Game Plus any percent Portal speedrun in during the gate slide. I don't think that would be as appealing to them as some of the other options. I think if it would be accepted into a marathon, it would be with the full rupee slide. Yeah, I could see that, Jamma Pasta. We don't really have a good category for 4 hours. Yeah, zoom out to Warp Lake Hylia. Excellent. Thanks, Lingout. Oh look, the cannon! Behold. Yeah, what is the Skyward Sword record? Like 122? Or is it better now? You can't... There is not a Lake Hylia state with Linear Twilight having the cannon. So, it would be impossible for that to happen. If the cannon were warped during Linear Twilight, probably it would crash. I don't know for sure, though. Actually, it might give a pseudo-state. I don't know. Yeah, 107? That actually might be possible. You could probably fit OOT, MM, and the Wind Waker Ace in. You should be able to do that. Yeah, easily, actually. Though I don't know that those are very good runs for a marathon anyway. Someday I'll get myself to learn Skyward Sword. Someday. That's just a side effect of New Game Plus, no world records. Almost certainly it's just they've switched on the flag that says that it was warped. I don't disagree, Simply Snaps, but I don't think GDQ would ever do that. ESA might. I don't think GDQ would. Yeah, ZSR probably would showcase it as well. They were talking a while ago about doing another ZSR marathon, which would be really cool. In my profile picture, it's from a drawing in which I was wearing the ZSR Marathon shirt, and that shirt is not looking so good. I need a new one. Fresco. These days, Low Transforms has only 2.5 hours of Rupee Slides. It does have 3.5 hours of not tubing. I am actively doing stuff during that time. Low Transforms is shorter than that now, but it would take a full day. Part of why Low Percent was accepted was because it could go overnight. That Clawshot Lantern. When I did my first Low Percent run, I did several other runs during it, which was a terrible idea. The run was 31 hours, and I was very tired at the end. Did any percent, no save and quit, 100%. No, I don't think I did any percent. I probably did any percent. I had like Goron Mines RTA, all Fuse Shadows, all Mirror Shards. I think that was the list. 2 Wiis. I think there's something... I think it causes issues if you repair the cannon before going to Arbiters, before going to the desert. I could be wrong, though. So, mostly the answer is because that's how the route is written. Yeah, I think it might be you can't go to the desert after repairing the cannon for the first time. But if you have already gone, then it's fine. Whee! Thanks, guys. I definitely forgot to go and get the big key, so probably deserved that. That would make sense to me. Simply snaps. Gonna have some really fat time save. Leaving arbiters. I haven't run this category since, like, 2022. So it doesn't even have Stallard skip. I'm pretty sure. Oh, my PB was from 2019. Definitely no Stallard skip back then. Yep, this is 7 years of progress. I have evolved. Bombs are so far down. Sag. I may have messed up my angle. We'll see. Yep. That's better. What happened was I adjusted my angle vertically unintentionally, and that caused the angle to be slightly off. And if the angle is slightly off, the trick doesn't work at all. Really? This is why the new Stallard skip is better, because you don't have to reload every time. Incredible angle. You know what? I wouldn't say Stallard Skip doesn't like me. I'd just say I basically haven't played the game at all this week, and definitely did not practice this before the room. You forget, Henrik, that I am the only guy, as far as I'm aware, who have done Stallard Skip 100 times in one sitting. Was it a mistake? Sure. I did it. Finally. I did that because I wanted to get better at the trick. Alright, first try. I mean, look at that massive time save. That had to have been first try. Until recently, no save and quit runners did as well. Yeah, Stallard Skip isn't an easy trick, but it has gotten better over time. Yeah, it does make Japanese faster. I don't know exactly by how much, though. Might be... It's probably less than a minute. But it's probably more than 30 seconds. Alright. Time to repair the cannon with my 12 rupees. Well, there is a small key that is theoretically skippable in City in the Sky, which I won't be getting in this run, to be fair. That we don't do because it's just too hard. We skipped like 3 barriers, no world records. I don't know what you're talking about. There is, however, one gate that cannot be skipped. Which is unfortunate. I wouldn't be so worried about its long-term health as its short-term. It probably depends on what you classify as a gate, GMO Pasta. But the gate to Orden Spring, when we're going through the crawl space to go to the sewers, you can't clip through that gate. Which is silly. It's very silly. There might be other gates that I am not thinking about. A 0 rupee run should be possible in New Game Plus. Clearly, New Game Plus is the superior method of playing the game. Ocarina of Time has quite the rich history. Get out of the way, dude. Incredible way to fit. Yeah, Mortal Draw the Helmosaurus. That'll get you far, Link. I think the only change in City in the Sky since 2019 is iClip. do appreciate cases like when Gymnast revealed Morthhover at the end of showcasing the TP task. The new displacement clip in New Game Plus where we don't have to go and get the double claw shots. Yeah, that one. New Game Plus is a hacked save file where we have all the items. From the start. Thanks, Big Ben. Alright, I'm gonna go for the 2-cycle, despite not having done it in, I think, years. Good trick. And shouldn't be that hard. Yeah, you can 2-cycle this boss. In both phases. Looking back at my conversation with Beast about New Game Plus Hundo, apparently this file is locked out of the fishing rod, so it would need a different file entirely. Well, yeah, there are two different approaches you could take, which is like have the end result be a valid Hundo file, which is just get all the heart pieces and pose pretty much. Or have to get all of the items from their original source. Which I think Beast preferred the source requirement version. Which is a fun tidbit. There isn't a need for source requirement in Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess 100% does not have a source requirement because it strictly is not needed. We just can't duplicate anything except for a bomb bag, and that happens to be slower. Really? Really? That's what I'm... Well, let's try this again. There we go. Hopefully this will work. L'arme de Fée. It probably won't work. It worked. Yeah, I don't remember it, Morgan. Honestly, Ocarina of Time 100% no source requirement back in the day, back before SRMNAs. It was a really cool run. Automod is weird. I don't know why it does the things it does. Yeah, it's like the V-Scan and 2 cycle. Passer. Yeah, the rest of the run is basically any percent. The only real difference is that I have hidden skills. So Zant should be faster. There are a couple of words that I have specifically banned in my chat, but I honestly don't think it's very likely that any of you are going to say that. At least I hope so. New Game Plus all dungeons could be fun as well. I've proposed New Game Plus ILs for the extension boards. That idea hasn't caught on yet, but maybe someday it will. I am to the side. Machesta. Machesta. I haven't heard of that style of attack. That's interesting. Yeah, there are a couple censored words in my chat. The tool probably comes from commonly censored words. Which I think I have enabled. I guess I already have the light sword, but I still have to go through this. TOS. What you're meaning. Because I'm pretty sure, at least, the invisible wall is still there. It needs both souls to be placed to be disabled. Dude? Mortal draw, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you can definitely get banned for not moderating your chat. I don't know any specific cases, but I know it can happen. Which is why I put it in emote only mode. Because I don't have any moderators that will be watching the stream during the night. Oh, yeah. I am not used to the boomerang being on the right side. Plus, I do try to make this a family-friendly place. I should have started that charge later. I was so close to working. I see. I do appreciate that Twitch's ad platform is their own. I am particularly not a fan of Google's tactics. I say while streaming on a Google product, which is not monetized, admittedly. Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube, which is a thing that wasn't allowed by the TOS for a bit. At least it wasn't allowed to combine chats on stream, and they've now said that they're not going to police that. They didn't allow both because they're competition. Perfect. Do clawshot actor displacement with the soul. That sure looked like an invisible wall. I really hope that invisible wall isn't real. Because I did the thing. Yeah, YouTube has always been better for discoverability. Okay, the invisible wall was not real. Unless it was, and you just need to void out to disable it for some reason. Anyway. And some might prefer YouTube because I don't have ads on there. No, at least. And I definitely have a bigger audience on YouTube than I do on Twitch. Not that show up to streams that often. Alright. I definitely need to practice Palace more. I should probably just do Palace ILs. Really hesitant to do Palace ILs, though. They just don't sound fun. On my screen, currently, the Twitch chat window is wider than the YouTube chat window. I think I have insufficient data to say which chat, or which audience is wider. So based on presently available evidence, probably you, GMO Post. Or perhaps just Zant. Excellent roll. Small key 8 should be the one in this room. I messed up the splits somewhere. We'll count this time. I probably wasn't very early. Well, this is the first time I failed early platform in quite a while. Hi, Baba. I don't think that would have stunned him anyway. Sure hope there are some hearts in the next room. Yo, Ace. Thanks for the good luck. I'll probably do another run after this. Yeah, I should. This palace was not very good. Alright, time for French time loss. Yeah, this run that lost 6 minutes? Little under 6 minutes on Stallard skip. Still has a best possible time that's 3 minutes off record. I think I've gotten worse at the timing of that over time. Well, yeah, Stallard isn't a valid English word. You cannot play Stallard in Scrabble. In either sense of the word play that makes sense. Really? This is just a hunch, but I feel like Zant would be really bad at Scrabble. Well, Zant does talk to you. I don't know that there's much reason for them to have confirmed if you can read. I'm pretty sure I was there for that run too, but I didn't say anything in chat. Pretty sure I was playing Minecraft at the time. I have played Minecraft. I have not played it in many years. I did not need to zoom in. Honestly, I'd be alright playing... I'd be alright receiving bad news while playing Minecraft. Do I even need to do Postman Skip? I don't. Cool. Which means I probably won't be able to bonk. Which means the run probably won't be valid. Capital D colon. Because there's no reason to transform. I tried. Yeah, this run wasn't good. But oh well. I partially picked this run because it happens to have a lot of things that I need to practice, so it's a good run to be doing. And not surprising that my first run wasn't immediately record despite having about 10 minutes of free time save. Well, I wouldn't call Salad Skip free. We could Skull Castle without it. You do also need it for City in the Sky, of course. But yeah, if you found a way to skip Palace, then City in the Sky probably wouldn't be necessary. Castle does require normal claw shot for the tower at the end. Well, and the first room. I don't think there's a way to get through the first room without claw shot. Oh look, I'm a human. I must have transformed. Yeah, it would. No. It's almost certainly better to just do it this way. Because of French rupee text being so long. Although Transforms New Game Plus might actually not be that bad. Might actually... it would probably still be 4 transforms. Maybe you could do it in 2. It depends if you have to warp to Lake Hylia to warp the cannon, or if it just shows up. Well, no, that would be fine, because you do that right after the Twilight. Yeah, it should be possible with 2 transforms, I think. Yes, that does count as a transform for low transforms. Yep, small key. mean, who knows? Maybe this can still record. Maybe my PB got a 23 cycle Zelda. I don't know. Record's a 137, I think. Yeah, 137. It's not gonna happen. Spicy Juice has done some work for low XY presses, which would be like low C. But there's... that run is pretty TAS only. It's unlikely that humans will ever do it. Apparently we're now down to just under 100 XY presses. Well, low equip would probably play on Wii. Or low pause. The lantern. Beast has done low B. It's unlikely we'll ever see anyone do low A, because that's just silly in this game. It would probably also be done on Wii. You'd think that no world records, but it requires at least one multiple day-long rupee slides. Which I suppose for a low TED, you could probably speed that up, but... yeah, I guess it is GMO pasta. That low TED was low pause, right, Ace? I should watch that. Sounds interesting. Xeralphus? Ah, yes. Yeah, which would be done on Wii, so it would be low minus presses. Sure, why not? Low plus minus. Low math. Also, don't allow 1 or 2. The Wii remote. Amazing. Hasn't it been possible for a long time to skip getting the item wheel in Skyward Sword? I feel like I remember that being a thing in low percent when RBM was found. Beating all the dungeons makes sense. I almost made the rookie mistake. Yeah, I don't know what would make for a good TP Lotad. That's a good question. Bombs. Yeah, that's not quite what I was looking for. Is 86 arrows enough to beat Ganon? I definitely did not hit that pod. I break the pots in here because this boss is basically an auto-scroller and I have to do something to keep myself sane. If only any percent boomerang this were possible. Oh, any percent boomerangless is, isn't it? I'm thinking of lanternless, which is not. Seven cycle. Because boomerangless requires other items. Is it possible? Or do you need it for Zant? I think you might need it for Zant. That would be such a silly thing to be able to say, that Zant is not only the only strictly required use of ball and chain, but also the boomerang. Oh, I hope that's true. The only required use of the lantern is the second room in Arbiter's Grounds. I could have done that 2-cycle. Oh well. Yeah, that's the corpse jump that DWS said. You can go the other path, Chaotic. You have to fight 2 Dark Nuts, but you can go the other path just fine. Left instead of right. Yeah, only Hundo Plus, and Hundo ILs, but those are practically the same. 140.48. Yep, jumped all the way from 4th place to 2nd. Now the gap between 4th and 5th is up to 41 minutes. Ooh. It should be easy to get record. This run lost 6 minutes to Stellar Skip. Anyway, I'll watch the running up the hill and then reset. And even if Lantern were skippable entirely, if the second room of Arbiters were, if it didn't require it, skipping it requires the fishing rod to get past the cave. So it would be neutral at best. Unless the fishing rod could be used to skip something else, which, you know, might be possible. Can you get a rupee before the first one? I don't know if the rat can drop one. Maybe. That sounds plausible. That might be possible. Thanks for the GGs. Alright. Link has successfully run up the hill. Let's reset. Alright, I need to beat that run by 3 minutes and 2 seconds. I want record. Yeah, it's very common for my runs to be much longer. But I like short runs. I say that as if an hour and a half is short. It isn't, really. Like, Goron Mines RTA is one of my favorite categories. Thanks and thanks, Badamja. If you're going to learn one of the optimal any percent routes first, just learn the optimal route. It's probably at its easiest to learn that it has been for many years. There is a beginner route. There is also an intermediate route, which I generally would not say is worth it. I picked up the rock. Whatever. Alright, never mind. It's not whatever. I do... the Zora armor route is now closer, time-wise, to the optimal route, but only because of Ballard Skip. Which you might not want to learn for your first runs anyway. It'd be really nice if I could get this first try. It's frame perfect trick. The beginner route avoids a lot of the more difficult tricks. But like, avoiding sword and shield skip also means no back in time. And it does go through the escort, but I think it's warped the bridge or something like that. I don't know. You can do a wolf side hop directly into the gate, which might be faster. I'm not certain. I don't think you can backslice straight into the gate. But maybe I'm just not aware of it. Yeah, sword and shield skip is a big deterrent. Which is why I've historically advocated for no save and quit, because it's easy to not do sword and shield skip in that category. But I now think that any percent is easier than no save and quit. I have now joined the masses in thinking that. Boko pushing is another thing that really isn't that hard to skip. But when you're talking about skipping Boko pushing and sword and shield skip, then it does just turn into the beginner route, so. Thanks for the good luck, Rick, and have a good night. It's a monster. Or, sorry, a monstre. A little surprised I didn't get grabbed there. I'm also not sure how good of practice tools we had back in 2020. They've definitely improved since then. Although, I don't know, that sword and shield skip would be significantly easier on one version of GZ over another, as long as you have a save. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Meanwhile, I learned the run back in 2013. All we had was save files. I wasn't even aware of GCMM for a long time. I've wanted to do runs of other Zelda games. I've done some runs of Majora's Mask. Learned the Wind Waker. Learned bits and pieces of the other ones. TP always pulls me back. Yeah, you know, TP does have the best rolling. Unless you count the Goron rolling in Majora's Mask. Because that is the best rolling. Should have equipped the bow as well. Oh my gosh, Aruba's blue. I'm not particularly looking forward to this game coming down so. But that's largely just because I feel like it will likely cause a headache for the leaderboard mods, and I happen to be one of those. I go here to save warp because that is a valid bite location. Yeah, it'll be faster, even if just because of loading times. Please, dude. You can do that, except... I don't know. I prefer this. Yep, KB1 field. Right, I only did 2 the first. Yeah, there are MU leaderboards on the extension boards. Not for every category, but we'll expand it to every category eventually. Probably. There might be some categories that just don't warrant it. Like, I don't think the demand for Forest Temple No Save and Quit on, or Master Sword No Save and Quit is particularly high for emulator. We'll see. Yeah, it's something we'll have to discuss when we get there. Hey, Wii is only $10 if you're not talking about Korea. I should get a Korean Wii copy at some point. When I've run Wii, I've flipped everything else on stream. My splits, my camera. I don't think I had chat back then on stream, but I would probably do that too. I don't actually know where my Wii copy is right now. I should find it. That would fall under the camera, JMO Pasta. If I flipped them in my room and then also flipped the camera, then they would still be the same way. My setup works fine for playing Wii at my desk. I think Jim was having troubles sometimes on Wii because of sunlight or something. But generally, I don't think it's that big of a problem. Mine is also under the monitor. When I did Wii 100%, at least one of the times I did Wii 100%, I also extended my camera to be very wide to cover the space above the game. It being in 16:9. It depends on how much you've already learned of GameCube. Like, if you're learning both of the runs from scratch, I'd say they're probably very similar difficulty-wise. But if you're already so used to GameCube, it might be a bit harder. Wii has 4 to 3 support, yeah. That's how I did it initially, but it feels weird to play it on 4 to 3 on a monitor, as I have now. Like, if you're willing to lose the 25 seconds to do the setup for Epona Steam Clip, I don't imagine that that's particularly hard to learn. I have to say imagine because I came up with the setup and I was spending a month and a half learning it. So I have no idea what the standard experience with the setup is. Most people played Wii by design. It was a release title for the Wii. And Wii came out before GameCube. They made fewer GameCube copies, which is why GameCube is more expensive. I mean, just think about it. If Nintendo hadn't decided that you need to target whenever you pull your sword out, or untarget, I guess, then we'd all be running the Wii version right now. It would be faster. It would be GameCube that would have the vocal minority of people that prefer it. Yeah, I don't know, Benamja. Because there's so much experience that has gone into, so much practice that people have done into the GameCube version, that it would not be easy to switch. But, you know, Wii is getting close. Getting real close to that threshold. I'd say that I got used to switching between Wii and GameCube after about 3 Wii runs. Maybe not even that. It might have been 2. Why was that side hop so wide? Didn't think you could jump straight into the water. Maybe I backsliced. That would make sense. I don't know that there would be a mass exodus from GameCube, but there probably would be a decent amount. My hands are definitely less likely to start hurting after hours playing the GameCube version compared to the Wii version. I don't entirely know why that is. GameCube controller is just more ergonomic, I guess. It would be really cool to see the record be traded between Wii and GameCube. If they both had their strengths, that just added up to be about the same time. Thanks for the good luck, the Dashing Wolf guy. I do think it would be really cool if we got into a marathon at some point. I'm pretty sure it hasn't at least. It's not really the safest run for a marathon, but it would be cool to see. Yeah, the GDQ would probably accept that. Even if they were like 5 minutes apart. Which they might be, almost. Nah, it's not quite 5 minutes. A little more. But the fact that it's less than 15 is still kind of baffling. I know they've done GameCube versus Wii versus HD Hundo as well. But those have very large differences in time. Oh yes, if we had Fair and Escape, that would be huge. I'd particularly appreciate it if that Fair and Escape could be done only as Wolf, but that's not that important. I would say the Wii World Record is probably more optimized than the GameCube World Record right now. Badamja is very good. And I'm pretty sure we have not gotten a new record since this placement clip was found. I could be wrong. I'm glad that Pop Push is no longer in Wii Any %. Even if it does mean that the only reason to learn it is for glitchless. Wii Any %, yeah. Badamja got a new record 2 days ago that is sitting in the queue waiting for me to verify it. Or someone else. $48 on Wii would be crazy. I hope it happens. I think it's only a matter of time until the new GameCube record is done, but it seems like Beast is probably not going to be the one to do it, which is largely why it's extended. Largely why it hasn't happened yet. Too busy doing Hundo, taking Hundo to absurd levels. You know, TP runners are really good in 2026. It would be really cool to see Rodner get the record. Rodner got the first sub 3 ever. Was away from the game for so long, and then is now possibly going to get the record again. Which is just insane. It's a shame that we don't have the video for that first sub 3 anymore. I mean, displacement clips have brought Taka back to running any %, which is also crazy. You know, honestly, probably could. I don't know if he could get record, but could do runs. Both would require new tech. I think sub 240 any % is more likely to happen first. But I don't know for sure. I mean, both could happen if you could play close enough to some of best right now. But that's unreasonable to expect. G's is also very good. And no one is anywhere close to Beast as far as Hundo is concerned. Like, Beast is the only one that even has a possible chance of getting sub 6. My PB is a 642. Sure, I could drop that pretty quickly if I went back to Hundo. I don't have the time to do that these days, though. Not right. Geez. When learning the speedruns, I took the approach of learning everything. I did every single run there was the game had to offer. G's just perfected ILs. Got really, really good at the dungeons, and as it turns out, dungeons are a big part of this game. So, that helps a lot. Well, and the reason why Beast is so good at Hundo is because he did 5 days a week for 5 straight months. Was his big grind. And he's still able to do it, I think, 5 days a week. I'm not able to watch anymore because my job has changed to be in the office. Just being able to grind as much as he has will get you good at the game. Yeah, that is the big problem, Morgan. Which is why I have not done it. So I really should grind Palace. I know that that dungeon in particular needs work. Some would probably argue that Player 5's grinds are up there as well for Breath of the Wild 90%. But you did say Hundo grind. Then yes. I don't think anyone else has had as prestigious a grind. Hi Brady, thanks for the good luck. There is someone grinding glitchless ILs right now, which is interesting. Ryan 24. If there were a ZSR Hall of Fame, you could put quite a few names in there. Yeah, Gymnast would definitely be in there. There's little question of that. Sheer variety and large discoveries. And sheer variety of large discoveries. One that doesn't get talked about a lot, but Thunderbolt would definitely be in that Theon IMO. Man's great at every game. Yeah, that particular topic. Yeah, if the Hall of Fame was started early enough, then Narcissa would definitely be in there. I don't know if she'd be added today. I should have equipped the iron boots. Oh well. So I can equip them now. Now the real question is, would Mini Mini be added to the Hall of Fame for Link's crossbow training, or for something else? Nah, Mini would probably be added for the Wind Waker. Would it make a We All Dungeons task faster? No, that's not where I wanted to put that. I don't disagree with you, no world records. Dude. If I don't get first race dialogue skip, then I'm probably not going to finish this. EFG's voice is far from my least favorite voice in the Zelda speedrunning community. I quite enjoy listening to ZFG's voice. Yeah. Alright, that's better. At Anarakis, get the boss key. I see. There are some. I'm pretty sure there are some that have done good videos for OT. Thanks, no worlder. That also helps because I can hit that bubble. Doesn't let me hit that one though. Please. Okay, thank you. I remember when I used to really care about my YouTube statistics. I saw a view spike at one point on my low percent run, and I realized that it was because ZFG had mentioned low percent. That was interesting. Simpler time. I haven't had the time to learn it yet, but I think it looks really good. And I expect that once I learn it, it will become standard for me. Incredible. Yeah, looking back and forth aligns you, at least with 0. I am not certain if it aligns you with left and right. West and east, I guess. No, you definitely do not have to worry about running out of bombs in this category. Yeah, the lowest percent video definitely helped, but I was on hiatus at that point, and I wouldn't have been able to know exactly how much. This is world record pace, but it's not that great over. Yeah, that was a fake gold, but I don't care enough to undo it. Alright. Is 26 rupees enough to repair the cannon? Dang, I need 300. How am I gonna get 300 rupees? This is a speedrun. I can't go grinding for rupees. Can you please give me a discount fire? Thanks. I mean, if you can stand running just any percent Badamja, then it's not a bad grind to do. Part of the reason I run so many categories is because I just can't mentally deal with grinding categories for long periods of time. Badamja, go run low transforms. The record is very free right now. Yeah, high resets has always been hard for me. That's a large reason why I struggled with any percent grinding specifically. Is resetting in the first 7 minutes, like everyone seems to do, is just not good for the mental game. Getting Lantern stolen is great. It's a shame that we can't do that on GameCube because we don't finish Fair and Twilight. Yeah, if only finishing Fair and Twilight didn't give you an item. No, and with the current rule set, at least, even the vessel doesn't count as an item. But finishing Fair and Twilight gives you the hero's tunic, which does. Yeah, thanks for the raid, Ryan. Welcome in. Well, fortunately, we low percent would not need to do the post slide. Why did I target? That was very silly of me. If you have a route, Benamja, I'd be interested in seeing it. If anyone's gonna run that, it's probably gonna be me. Thanks for the good luck. I hope your runs went well today as well. Yeah, you can grab the sword as wolf without hero's clothes. That's what any percent does. But grabbing it as human with the Orden clothes or Zora armor, I believe, crashes the game. Oh, nice. Gormine's glitchless any percent, I assume? I assume that the 100% IL is also an hour long in that game. If it isn't in your inventory, it doesn't count toward the current low percent definition. Which was voted upon. Thanks, Madame Jo. don't know. Does anyone know if the temporary double boomerangs you get from duping the bomb bag still happen if you don't have the boomerang? That might actually be a thing. Whatever is in slot 0 would make sense, even if it's nothing. I did the silly thing again. I don't know if this will work. Surprised that wasn't too far left. Bad Argard fight again. I'm not used to the 2-cycle, admittedly. And I don't expect to run Hundo anytime soon, and therefore need to be good at it. But still would have preferred to not be that bad at it. I think Link's voice in Zelda 1 was pretty good. Okay. Palace wasn't particularly good in my PV. Hopefully I can get something better. I'd like this to be a record by a larger margin than half a minute. Oh no, it's a minute and a half. That's not too bad, based on current best possible time. I wonder how many of those aisles would be best on Korean Wii. I hope the answer isn't all of them. Aisles are interesting because dungeons do not have a lot of loading zones. And on the Wii version in particular, you don't generally need to do equips. At least in some dungeons, you're not required to change your equips at all on Wii. Makes it interesting for verifying if the file is valid. This is an embarrassing amount of time save on this segment. Maybe the real Link was the friends we made along the way. TP Link is also canonically 17. Maybe. Alright. Hopefully I don't mortal draw myself off of the staircase in the next room again. Did not mortal draw myself off the staircase. Woohoo. That was a very small hitbox. Alright. Still lost time. Dang. Uh, East Wing was okay in PV, I think. Then North Wing was not. I mean, North Wing was good enough for second place, I guess. Personally, I really hope I don't come across Zelda 2 Link. I feel like that guy's hiding something. I have no idea where I'd even start with that. Apart from Zelda 2 Link being very sketchy. Got off the ground. Oh no. Not Ice Shredder. That Link sure is the most Lovecraftian. I wish I knew how to clip that Shadow Beast through the floor consistently. I always want it to happen. Oh yeah, saved 6 seconds because I fell off the platform in my PB. I'd say Minish Cap Link is probably one of the better ones. One of the less sketchy ones, at least. Woohoo, no invisible wall. Alright. I wonder if sub 135 is possible. It probably is. It should be. Plus, he's traded kinstone pieces with, like, everyone. Unless we're talking about my playthrough, in which he did not. Spirit Tracks Link is very wholesome. I agree. Yep, that's who I wanted to target. Good job. Just a random one of Link's powers? A random Link? Of your choice. Yeah, I'd be happy to give up my ability to communicate effectively so I could be able to Helm Splitter. Ah, I see. That's where I messed up. Be able to Helm Splitter, but not shield attack, so I can't actually Helm Splitter. I can only do long Helm Splitters. This sounds like a perfect trade-off. I mean, depending on the exact implications, being able to do the Song of Time could be very useful, from Majora's Mask specifically. currently drinking my 933 water. Noted. Don't do that. Dude? This room, man. I think it would, because they're unlocked at... They are the same item in Majora's Mask low percent, I think. No, that's probably not true. They probably count them separate. No, I don't know. I don't know how that's counted. You do unlock them at the same time. Okay. Well, early platform room was my other big chance at a time save, so... Sub 135 is probably dead. But I could probably still get sub 136. If I don't suck. Oh yeah, French time loss. How could I forget? I don't know if there is ever a situation in which I would prefer to play Song of Double Time in real life. I don't know, though. Inverted would be very helpful. Certainly. I am surprised that that worked. Yes, you could skip work, except I don't think your work gets done while you're going through the clock. Well, the postman is 10 seconds, regardless if it's inverted. Postman minigame. So I assume that the actual flow of time does... I don't know. People move slower. But 10 seconds is 10 seconds. Explain me that. I see. But then, are the beavers as well? Because their minigame timers don't go any faster or slower. I don't like that discrepancy. I don't like thinking about the implications of that. Because clocks definitely do not move at the same speed. But the NPCs treat it like it does. Oh, there's a better thing to do than what I did last run. It's okay, the postman is powerless in New Game plus any percent no portals. We don't have to fear the postman. However, all of the NPCs here have to fear the Wolfie. You know, they're probably right for that. I wonder if they're fearing the wolf or the gremlin riding the wold. Didn't bonk again. Sorry. I don't know if it's possible to bonk as wolf. It's just weird that the NPCs then move slower when it's inverted. It's like it changes time systems. Switch over to metric. Good old decimal time. There we go. That's faster. I kinda wish I had a decimal time clock. Right, that's not the split. Yeah, and as much as it's easy to make fun of them for that, I think there are some merits to decimal time. Though, it's clear that the current system, the base 60 system, is not that bad either. It's not the only measurement that French were made fun of for around that time. You can skip this fight with Jump Strike. I am bad at that skip. You know, the nice thing about the base 60 system is 60 has a lot of divisors. Like, you can split into fifths of an hour without having to go any deeper than minutes. Perfectly normal way to fight the air office. Is the smallest number that is the smallest common multiple of 2 through 7? 420? 60 times 7? It might be. Make a system with 420 minutes an hour. Pause champ. Really need a good measurement for sevenths of an hour. Probably would have been fine for me to go immediately. Oh. Hey, I have 86 arrows again. Wonder if that's enough to beat Ganon. Ooh. Really looks like the arrows curve. I support that plan, Z. Not certain. That might have been 8. It might have been 7. $13 times 28 is 364. Where are you putting the extra day? I mean, it's fine to have an extra day. It's just always my annoyance when I see that brought up. The mild inconvenience. That's what we need, GMO pasta. Still faster, yes. I think we should make February 29 days. 13 months of 28 days. Or 12 months of 28 days, and then February with 29. Perfect system. All right. 136.05. New record by 1 minute and 42 seconds. Considering that the previous record didn't have Pokate skip at all, there's definitely some work that I could put into this. This run wasn't terrible. The second try Pokate clip was the worst thing. But when the comparison is Beast, I know that my Palace in particular is significantly worse than Beast's. I need to practice it. I need to practice it way more than I have. Sub 130 is a stretch. I don't think it's quite possible. But I don't know. The previous record was from 3 years ago, and Beast has gotten significantly better. Well, has definitely gotten better in the last 3 years. So either I keep grinding this run, or I just do Palace ILs and be done with it. And I don't really want to do Palace ILs, but that's probably the better option. Talked to 2 of them. I see. I wasn't active when Beast joined, when Beast started running. I was on hiatus, but came back from that in 2021, and his progress since then has been crazy. And he's not the only one that's made a lot of improvement in that time. Almost certainly the one that's played the most during that time, but... yeah. Plenty good Twilight Princess runners. Yeah, I would say that Beast plays Twilight Princess more than the average person. Might be a little bit of a stretch, though. "23 and a half out of how many hours a day?" With the discussion we've been having, I have to ask. Is Song of Inverted Time considered a performance-enhancing drug? Well, no, the speedruns wouldn't be shorter, it's just the numbers would be lower. Except they might not be. You might have like an hour and 83-minute run. Yeah, maybe. I don't know how close the barrier would be. I can't actually convert to decimal time in my head. Wonder if I could make a live split component to display decimal time. It would be the stupidest thing. And probably more involved than I'm willing to put the time into. Well, 20 minutes is less than the 40 minutes we'd have to find for sub 2 hours in our current system. Oh, I accidentally added a column of pixels in my screenshot. I should probably have a little bit more time to stream the last half of this month. I have no idea what my schedule's gonna be like. Hopefully I can find some time to learn the new Stallard skip at some point. Would be quite useful to learn.
Base.
6672. Not bad. I have seen runners. I don't know if that is multiple. I have definitely seen a runner put the font on their live split to wingdings. You know, so the time is there, but they couldn't read it. That was the important thing. And I feel like having decimal time would be a similar effect. I don't know. Speedrunning is a social construct. Alright, just a few more minutes left in the credits. I've never found it particularly necessary to hide my splits, but that also might be partially why I don't particularly like grinding. I don't know. Thanks, Baz. I think if I don't do runs of this next, and I don't do Palace Isles next, honestly, if I do Palace Isles, I might just do them off stream, because I don't know. They would feel like practice to me. Yeah, I'm finishing the credits and I'll end stream. I should do some Dungeon Rush. I like that category, and it's another good practice category for the dungeons, which I need the most work on. Beat Zant 100 times would be fine if it were just the Zant fight. Not all of Palace, though. I have considered doing something like Arbiter's Grounds times 25. But I would really have to feel like I have nothing better to do with my life. Special thanks to Kaoru Sato. I'll see if I can get that, Baz. My local flag shop probably will not have it, but we'll see. It is 10:12 p.m. and I do have a fairly normal work schedule. While I could, in theory, do another run, it's not the wisest choice. I'm sure I will be able to find the flag from your description. I just don't know where I would get one. We'll see. Alright, gonna raid over to Nairoke, who is learning any percent. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.